what's up? Welcome back to another What's Cooking Wednesday here at BigJon TV. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Make sure you hit that like button early and subscribe if you haven't already.
And if you really like our videos, share them with your friends.
Yep. So we are working towards the big dinner, Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Just
Turkey Day.
Coming up next week. We got a couple of recipes we've been showing you the past few weeks.
Yeah, we've got, what did we do? We did some veggies.
Yep. We did the green bean casserole. We did cranberry sauce.
Right.
A couple recipes this year, but we have a whole slew of other recipes. If you haven't seen those yet.
Yes. Last year we did bacon Brussels sprouts, which is my new favorite way to eat Brussels sprouts.
We've got a roll recipe that's fantastic. We got twice baked sweet potatoes. We've got Brussels, like she said. Oh, and the bacon wrapped turkey. That was a really good one.
Yep. Go back and check them out. I will put an eye in the sky. I've got a whole playlist of all of last year's.
So, okay, we're talking meat. We're talking turkey. There has to be a twist because it's BigJon TV's house. That's how I like to roll. This is going to be perfect if you're cooking for a small crowd. Right. You know, you get these giant 15, 20-pound turkeys. You're cooking for 12, 16, 18 people.
We're being joined by Ant-Man.
I'm small.
Yeah, look, see, he's Ant-Man. He's small.
So, but if you don't want to go through all that hassle, you don't need to go through all that hassle. You only have a couple people. You have a family of 4, and you want turkey, but you don't want a ton of leftovers. We've got the perfect idea for you today.
We're going to do a boneless turkey breast stuffed with sausage and wrapped up.
Sausage stuffing.
Did I? Oh, I said
you said it's okay, because it does have sausage in it.
With a sausage stuffing. The stuffing. That's like a tongue twister.
And we're leaving this in. We're not ready. We're not running it.
I edit. I will decide if this stays in or not.
So it's a boneless turkey breast stuffed with a sausage stuffing.
There you go. It's based on my mom's stuffing. She makes, in my opinion, the best stuffing in the world.
Yep.
It's going to be fabulous. I cannot wait to try this. Breast is my favorite meat on the turkey.
Yeah.
I like the white meat.
So a couple of different things for me today. A couple things I'm going to experiment with. I think it'll work out good. So follow along. I think it'll be okay. As long as I get to eat at the end,
everything's okay.
Everything's fine. All right, let's get going.
All right, let's get cooking.
All right, here we go with the turkey breast. If you can't find a boneless, skinless breast, and you need to debone it yourself, here's how you're going to do it. This one already has, okay, so this one's not fully removed here. This is actually part of the spine and the neck. So we are going to finish fully removing it. Basically, just grab that. So you want to find the edge of that bone. Try to work your knife in between it. You might be able to just pop it and don't need the knife at all. If you have good kitchen shears, now would be a great time for that as well. Okay, there you go. Make sure you save this for stock. Alright, so next what you're going to do is you're going to find the keel bone there in the middle. You're going to split it. Alright, a little bit of a bigger knife for this job. There we go. Split that so we can lay it out flat. Yeah. Alright, now this is the keel bone here. Need to work our way underneath that. little bits at a time. Just working your knife very carefully underneath that bone. Staying as close as you can to that bone. Keel bone removed. Okay, so next we need to do is get these rib bones removed in the rib cage area. So again, same thing. Work your fingers underneath of it, get that line started, and then just start working that knife. And so right here, we just came across the wishbone. Underneath and out. Rib bones out. So I'm going to lay it out flat. I'm going to double check for any sort of bone fragments that were left. You can see the tenderloins there. Lay those out. And that looks good. There might still be a little bit of this keel bone here. So let's get that out of there. And that's that. Alright, so that's it. If you want to go skinless, at this point would be the right time to take care of that. But other than that, we've felt through it. We've made sure that there's no more bone shards or fragments in there. And I have successfully deboned my very first turkey breast. There you go.
Alright, I've browned off a pound of Italian sausage. I've actually used the hot version just to give it a little bit of a kick. I've reserved about a tablespoon of the oil in the pan, and to our pan we're going to add half a stick of butter. I'm going to add 1 medium onion diced up, and about 4 or 5 stalks of celery. And we're going to sweat these veggies till they're almost translucent, a little bit soft. You can see the color on these veggies has started to change. They're becoming a little bit more translucent. Now we're going to add in our seasonings. We've got 1 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, 1 tablespoon of ground sage, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of celery salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Now we do like our stuffing very well seasoned. If some of these seasonings are not to your liking, you can always cut them out, add something else you like better. But this is our preferred method. Now we're going to add in 2 cups of chicken broth and let this come to a boil. Alright, now that our mixture here is boiling, we're going to add in 12 ounces of these unseasoned cube stuffing. Give it a toss. We're also going to add back in our sausage. Mix this all around. We're going to let this cool a little while, and then we'll add it into our turkey. We should have more than enough that we'll be able to have a pan on the side that goes in the oven as well. This smells fabulous. Alright, so I've covered this turkey breast in some plastic wrap. I don't know if you can tell from there, but this edge is just a little bit thicker than the rest of it, and we want it all to be one even thickness. It'll make it cook so much easier. So we've got a meat mallet, and here we go. A little more. Alright, we've got those down to about the same thickness. You see that now? Not so thick here. Pull this off. And now we can stuff this. Alright, our stuffing has cooled down enough that we can start working with it. Now we'll fold it up. Okay. Alright, so Jon has laid out some string on this pan. I'm going to roll this up and we're going to transfer it over to the other pan.
Hopefully.
Right. That's the goal. Slide that last one in a bit. You're a little bit longer than the turkey. Nope. Yep. There we go. So now I'll kind of hold it together. You start on the top one maybe. There we go. Here, you know what? I've got extra skin here.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, a nice butcher's twine and a butcher's knot. Around like a normal shoelace start. One more time. Cinch it tight. And it's missed the turkey.
Yeah. Alright, Skip, go down to the next one.
I got it. We're there. Okay, same thing. Pull it tight. And then it'll hold while you do this part. It's a surgeon's knot. Boom. Okay, same thing. Around once, around twice, cinch tight, close it off, boom.
Hold on 1 second, let me get this other stuffing back in here. But didn't lose too much. Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Around, around, down. Okay. That's gonna, is that stay?
I think it will.
Boom.
So maybe one more right there. What do you think?
Maybe.
Because we're going to need to flip it over.
Yeah, let's do one more then.
Okay.
So if you just do that, I'll come in here. Okay. Done.
Beautiful. And now we will flip this bad boy over. All right, so that looks gorgeous. Next step is in the oven. Okay, before this goes in the oven, I'm gonna give it a little bit of salt and just a little bit of pepper. All right, this is gonna go into a 350-degree oven. Total cooking time should be about 90 minutes, but we will temp it about halfway through. And we are gonna start it off covered. So let's get started. All right, the turkey breast here has been in the oven for about an hour and a half, hour and 45. We've been checking it periodically. It's almost to temp now. It's got about 10 more degrees to go or so. We're gonna go ahead and glaze it with this mixture. This is a 1/4 cup of butter and a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. And we're just gonna brush this all along the top. I'll probably do this a couple more times before it's finished. It smells so good. All right, it's going back in the oven, but now it's gonna stay uncovered for the remainder of the cook. All right, it's out of the oven. It smells delicious. It looks amazing. All right, it just came out of the oven, so we're gonna let it rest for just a few minutes. It's gonna be too hot to handle anyways, so we'll be right back. It's been resting. That looks fabulous.
Okay, so again, guys, it reached 165 in the center. You want to make sure you get all the way deep into that stuffing. Any of the juices that come in from the bird into that stuffing needs to be cooked to a proper, safe temperature as well. 165 it was. It was actually just a hair under, and that's fine. That's why it rests. It'll carry over. Perfectly cooked. Let's start at the big end. Oh yeah. That looks great. Awesome. Let's eat. All right, my favorite part of any video.
Tasting. So this recipe was relatively easy.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of ingredients going into it, but a ton of flavor.
Yep. And like I said before, I've never deboned a turkey breast before.
And you did excellent.
But it was actually fairly easy. I did a quick YouTube search, so other videos popped up, so now maybe this one will pop up too.
There you go.
It took me just a few minutes, deboned that sucker, wrapped it up, cooked it in a lot less time than a whole bird.
That is true.
You know,
what was the ultimate time? About 2 hours?
2 hours total.
Roughly 2 hours.
Half of that was wrapped in the foil, half of it was opened, and then we did broil it at the end to get some more crisp on that skin.
Yes, get some nice color on it.
Yep.
So let's take a bite.
Yep.
Let's see. Here, you can have a fork.
Okay.
And I'll have a fork. Check it out.
This part's the hardest for us to film, you know, tasting. Because she's way down there and I'm way up here.
Right.
And the plate's way over here. It's really hard to translate that.
It's hard to cut with your fork while holding your plate.
Yeah, that too. You got it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to get a bite of everything.
I'm on it right there. Mm-hmm.
Excellent balance of the sweet on the outside is very mild, a little bit salty.
Juice dripping.
Very tender turkey.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a winner. I would do this again.
Yep. And we don't have 20 pounds of turkey.
Although I will miss the leftovers.
I'll tell you what, those slices that I ran out there, between a couple of big old hunks of bread, mayonnaise on there.
Those would make a killer sandwich.
Great sandwich. This is ready to go for leftovers already.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out some of our older videos from last year. And let me know, have you ever tried a recipe like this? Or do you always cook a whole bird?
And I mean, do you ever experiment with recipes at Thanksgiving? Or is it like, has to be exactly...
Yeah, because experimenting sometimes with
it's tricky.
parents is not so
It's tricky.
easy.
Yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.
Bye!